She says that we sound staticky.
All right. Sounds a little staticky. Oh, well, hello everybody today. We're coming to you live today from the P2G network today. This is our lunch and learn. It's where you learn a little in the afternoon while you're having lunch and you get together and get some information going. And today we have Ms. Black as well as Ms. Belinda, who are part of the P2G network, to share with us their view and their action in education and finance before work. What do you think? What do you think
Hey,
about financial education before you get a working for someone education? What's the importance?
I think it's really ultra important. You need to know because don't wait until you get gray hairs like me to start finding out about money. So if you start off right, then you'll definitely end up right. So I'm doing sort of a catch up right now. I can say that I did okay, but I think I could have done better had I had a real financial education from the beginning.
Right. So a lot of us start out with the first thing we do. I remember, I mean, I can tell everybody I've been grinding since I was 9. I
Hmm.
had some sort of hustle, side hustle, going to the store for people, doing chores. I
Yeah,
grew up, I seriously grew up in a community. I was a community baby. My mama
yeah.
might not have seen it like that, but
So did I. Yeah.
and when I was little, I was taught that we all take care of each other. Our community took care of us as much as we contributed. And so I was have always been a big contributor. People who, whether or not, I knew it when I was younger, I would always find out, I didn't even know it was a hustle. I just knew that people gave me quarters for going to the store. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the store more. And
I
that for
did some
me,
of that too.
yeah.
I
I
actually
mean,
used
and
to
the
go
funny
knock
thing
on the
is,
doors
exactly. See, that's the
of the
thing.
older people and asked, "Do you need anything?" And I wasn't looking for
Uh-huh.
money. I just wanted to help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so funny because it went for me. It was my mom had me going to the store on a regular basis anyway. So when people would call and say, "Hey, is Ruby there? I need to go get this, that, and the other," I noticed that for me, it went from them calling for me to me saying, "Look, I gotta go." Instead of going 100 times, how about I just let them know when I'm
Just
going
check on
anyway?
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
So I
community
started
shopping.
knocking on doors. You need anything? I'm heading out.
Now,
Making my
isn't it amazing that we're going right back to that again?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It is.
Ways to make sure. Clint, you in the house. How you doing? Welcome, brother.
Thank you, thank you. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing this
Hey,
afternoon?
Welcome to
Clint.
Lunch
How are
and
you?
Learn. That's right. P2G Networks is Lunch and Learning, teaching folks about why it is important to learn about money before we learn about work. See, because when I was, like I was saying, when I was a kid, I was learning how to work, but I figured out that I could make money doing something my mother had me doing for free anyway. And it
Yeah.
seemed like a lifestyle, because as I got older, the weirdest thing is that I had to stop working because I had 2 kids. I was taking my kids to work with me every night. And that one blizzard we had, and we got snowed completely from the time we got on the bus to the time we got off the bus, which was an hour later in this long ride I would take. It had snowed at least 6 inches. That was my turning point when I said I have to stop doing this somehow. So having to come home, and I literally had to leave my job because I worked overnight. That's why my kids were going with me. They stayed at work with me overnight.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
so realizing I had to go home, I had to come up with a plan. What have I did when I was a kid? I figured, well, since I was doing it for free anyway, I might as well add some extras. Well, I added a daycare. If I had to go home and take care of the kids, add a few
Yeah.
extra kids,
That
good paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
that makes sense.
So this is the type of thinking we always have, this work thinking. What I didn't understand at the time, because I did register my business, was money. Not that
Yeah.
we don't work hard. Do we work hard, y'all?
Yeah, we do. And
Yeah,
it's a shame that we didn't really realize what money was,
Mm-hmm. You know how
right?
much money went through my hands in order to
uh,
do this?
I don't want to
I
talk
know what
about
it
it.
was.
yeah. I don't even want to think about that
I
too
don't
much.
bother. Look, I don't bother to write it down because I would get really, really sick right now. But
Exactly.
count it as a price you have to pay for the real lesson.
so true, and that's what has changed the way it goes for me, how I see it. And that's what I want to, I wanted us to have this lunch and learn so we could start speaking to the ones who are out there busting their butts, going to work, and they're not liking what they're doing. They don't even want to be at work. Who want to be out there taking chances on corona? With people with nasty attitudes, they don't want to clean up the city. I live in Harlem, y'all. They don't want to clean up the city.
Do you know what I've been thinking about? I saw something and I asked the question, are we there yet?
Yes.
And I think that's what all workers need to ask. Are we there yet? Did you get to your destination? And I bet you most people would answer no.
Yeah. I have to answer no myself. I'm not there.
That's
on the way.
Are you there yet?
Can you think of one more? I can also think of one more thing that is more tantamount to that process, even though a question of where is there? How will we know?
Yeah, you have to know, because otherwise you're just traveling.
That's right.
And I think that's what most workers do.
Yes.
We're in that routine and we're just traveling. Could you imagine taking a trip and you get in the car and the wheels don't turn? You just stand still? Or they're turning, but you ain't really going nowhere.
No direction.
Pretty much that's what working is.
Just keep going straight. We ain't got no real place we want to be. We'll keep doing this.
Right? Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, for me,
no two highways that you get on to go to another state, to another city or whatever. You just stay in the same space.
You're right about that.
That's it. I don't know why that came to me about, are we there yet? That's it.
Clint?
Yeah, for me, it was mostly just being sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's like, just gotta stop.
That being an action, that's like a call to action.
Yeah.
For some people, it's not a saying; it's a call to action.
Gotcha.
That's definitely it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I see it, because he's got a lot of stuff that's going on. We get into conversations where it's just talk.
Oh,
what happened? What do you do about it afterwards is all that matters. That's why I'm not trying to put down my brothers in the barber shop. Okay. But I'm trying to tell you that it's not the barbershop conversation where folks just, hey, Miss Cheryl, she's coming in. Where folks just actually just get to talk about it, they debate about it, go back and forth and say why this is a bad thing, and all this back and forth. And
isn't that what we're seeing on TV right now?
Yep. Oh yeah, lots of it.
The last, let's say, 15 years for sure. There's so many new talk shows, and all they do is talk. Well, I understand it's a talk show, so that's what they do, right?
Yeah. But that's something that
there's no solutions.
Exactly. There's no resolution to this issue that you talk about. What's the possibility? Who's making changes and stride in that area? I'm like, I love The View, but could The View stop being a viewpoint of women cackling back and forth and who got a problem with who? And talk to me about what we could do about situations you talking and who's doing what in that area, making strides.
That's it.
As much as I love me some, John Stamos, and I'm down with Denzel Washington. Dude, talk to me about what dude is doing to bring up the next one community. I know he's got a great career, but where are the young men that you're training to come into this space?
Exactly.
Talk to me about your efforts, because I remember at the time they were talking about Denzel Washington. He was a part of the Boys Club. That was a whole promotion.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
I haven't seen that in 10 years.
Okay, so what happens? What happened when those boys became men?
Thank you.
Now what?
Exactly.
Right?
Oh. Miss Belinda, I'm sorry. Are you frozen? I want to just check in on her.
I think she is.
So we got to make sure that people get the tech together. Miss Cheryl, how you doing? So letting y'all know, Miss Cheryl's the one person that we give a little bit of leeway to, because her camera is not connected. We're gonna make sure we did take care of that. But she has an amazing offering for our platform, and this woman has been growing. I mean, leaps and bounds. She came in from like the sideline. She saw something, said, "Hey, I want to connect in with you," and she's been in it since. How many people actually do that when they see something, and just be running with it? Like she was always here.
Gotcha. Not too many. Not too many.
Yes.
She answered that. She answered, "She's just fine. She's fine."
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why y'all will get a little something from her that way. We will be bringing her in. Clint is gonna pop back in. Sometimes the technology in this particular platform can be a little wonky, so we want to make sure people understand.
Yeah.
Just saying. But the conversation of why do we need to learn about money before work is so important. Time, in my very personal opinion, it's because of time. When you learn
That's
the work,
wealth.
you learn about
time. Your time is wealth. Yeah.
You can't get back time. I can make any amount of money over and over and over as long as I'm breathing. But I cannot get back a moment of wasted time.
That's it. Yeah.
Irreplaceable.
It is. And when
if you truly start counting your time as an asset, you might handle it a little bit better. Yeah.
Yes. We were talking about people giving their word, remember?
Yes.
Giving your word. That's another factor of time. Placing your word in a schedule and keeping it to that schedule no matter what comes. And people go, how do you do that? But things come up. And that's what we call the acceptance of excuses. And I love it because it's easy to accept an excuse. But if you plan for the possibility that things will go wrong and you create a backup, a plan B to it, you never have to go back on your word.
Exactly. And if you believe in standing on your word, you're gonna do everything in your power to make it happen. That's exactly what you mean about having a plan, like a plan B. You're gonna do everything to stand on your word. But if you're not conscious of standing on your word and being a person of your word, you're gonna look for an excuse.
And you're gonna find a lot of challenges. You're gonna find you're gonna look for the excuse yourself. You're automatically gonna find it. And on top of that, you're gonna, that's the whole purpose of us coming together and becoming a unit of people who work together to make things happen. This is what the job of every person who seeks. When you seek finances and you go, we ask kids when they were little, what you want to be when you grow up? Does anybody ever say, I want to be a hard worker that's underpaid, undervalued, and overtaxed?
No.
Never.
Generally not. Generally not. And people sometimes just end up wherever they end up. Me, for instance, I never dreamt that I would have done what I did or whatever. I didn't even know what that was when I was a kid.
Exactly.
I didn't have a clue. Right. So
because that was what the question introduced to us. What do you want to be when you grow up? I wish to God I knew I could have just said free.
Oh, please, right?
I
thought I was free. That was the thing. I didn't know. I thought I was free, but that wasn't so.
You know what? I think we equated freedom to adulthood, because I remember always hearing, when I can't wait until you're 18 and you're grown and y'all all out of my house or whatever. So when you turn 18, you got a house, you got a car, you had everything that you
Time to go. Time to go.
Yes. And I was like, oh, everything will be set. Wow.
Like the house is going to be.
You didn't really know that once you turn 18, you're going to really get locked up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
When you had less freedom,
you ain't know nothing until it dropped in your lap that that's
it.
How the world works, baby. And it's just awesome because I'm like, we learn so much from these experiences in life, and I'm excited because I'm gonna tell you, look, my daughter, y'all don't tell her, it's between me and y'all, okay? But
she knows.
I remember the time I was cleaning up the house. Of course, these little teenagers don't want cleaned up, so I said, fine, you don't want me to see your stuff, next time put it away. So I went and cleaned up in my daughter's room. And I found her book. And it wasn't a diary so much, but it said plan. I was like, oh, she got a plan. This is so cool. My daughter is planning.
Yeah.
And I read the first page. It said 18-year-old plan. Apparently, my daughter had been looking at 16. Was like, I gotta hurry up. And this made me realize who I was as a parent, because I imparted in my children that at some time they're going to live on their own and they're going to want to have things of their own. And I'm like, when you're 18 years old, you have more freedoms, you can move out and do what you want, but until then you're mine. You know, I'm like, you're babies, y'all my babies, but you won't always be babies. And honey, my 16-year-old, she knew how much apartments were in Craigslist, what the prices of apartments in certain areas she wanted to live was. She knew what the schooling situation was, what college she was going to be able to go to and walk to. I was like,
wow.
She knew prices of taxes and all of that.
Good.
I was like, wait a minute. Child, I just knew. I said, so when I finally got to sit down and talk with her, I said, baby, I'm sorry, I found your book. She's like, well, mommy, you said at 18, we're going to have to move out. I said, wait, so what came across as 18, you'll have more freedoms. You can move on your own if you want. You guys can rent a room. There's so many things you can do, but you don't, the don't have to go part didn't come across really clear. It was, I got to be ready by 18. So my kids spend a lot of time getting ready to be adults and people by 18.
Good. That's a good thing.
That's so good. It didn't work out as well as I hoped. I was like, dang. I was excited. 2 years. She working on the plan. What was the missing? What was in that conversation?
The money.
The money part
was missing.
I was not the parent that could explain that. You got to see, baby, y'all are doing lunch. We doing lunch and learn for the curve, to get all people listening for the curve. So if you are wondering why you have kids at home right now and they're in their 30s, this is the conversation for you. If you are wondering, why your kids are in the teens still being ungrateful and don't really want, this is the conversation for you. This is you. This is what's happening in your home. Yes, a lack of financial education at home. Like, look, value conversations. Value before money. Value.
But you can't teach what you don't know. So you have to come on board and learn so that you can pass it on. Yeah.
And thank you, Miss Deborah, because I was going to ask you, what's our resolution?
What's the resolution? Come on and join us, because
no
that's what we're doing.
That's right.
Right.
What we're doing with this beautiful network.
We have a platform just about every day to address that issue for all ages. Come on board and learn. It's absolutely free.
Exactly.
It's free to learn.
It gives to you the knowledge that you're missing that's causing your home to go awry. You wondering why your kids don't seem to be ill-equipped to move forward.
Right. I know there's a lot of questions out there. Why? Because I know one thing. My nephew lives with me, and he's starting to ask a lot of questions. He says, how do you do this? Because he's in the environment where he hears it constantly.
Right.
So now he's starting to question. And these are questions that I didn't ask when I was his age. He's 14. But because he's hearing me talk about it, he's hearing our groups. He's listening.
Right. Yes, right. The environment is playing a great big part. Right. Yes,
so
I agree with that.
That all goes to what you're used to. So if you're not having these conversations in your home, come to us so we can start having them, and you can start sharing with your home.
The other night we had, last night we had an amazing session called Crypto Kids. What really made me feel so, I just felt so good. One of our members happens to have her grandchildren in the room at the time, and they're in the conversation with us. They are not told to shush, we're doing this, I'm doing this. They were allowed to be in the conversation about money, cryptocurrency, how their goals and the things they want to happen. I want to make sure that everyone knows, we get it. We get that you're struggling, but we don't maybe know why, you don't maybe know why. Well, we're offering an option that'll give you an idea of how to relieve that stress and pain. When you don't have certain activities in your home that you know about, you need to find some new activities to bring into your home. These are conversations that have changed the world. My oldest daughter lives with me. Now she had the experience of going out in the world, figuring out if she wanted to live away from home. And, she quickly decided, she said, wait a minute. Because see, I told y'all, it don't always go the way we supposed to, the way we thought. I told y'all. The plan came into play. She was ready to go. She even took off at 19 and came right back in.
At 19?
The whole time. No, actually, she took off at 19. She was kind of in and out. And then all of a sudden at 20, between 20 and 21, she was like, Ma, I'm moving. I was like, moving? Okay, where you going? She found a room in an apartment. Now, mind you, she had a room in an apartment. Okay. She paid what I call household contribution. What my daughter discovered was rent, food, transportation. You know what I'm saying? Clothes, laundry.
Oh yeah.
Contribution to the technology in the space of where she lived. Then privacy issues with total strangers.
Yes.
Sweetheart, I had been spending time trying to get my kids at the time when she was getting ready to go. We kept trying to get them. I don't want to do that business. This is not me. That's your personality. I said, no, baby, it's not mommy's personality. This is how the world works. You don't have to build a team, but you darn sure are going to have to save money in something that's going to grow. So being rebellious, being at that point where the focus was on me, when in actuality, she learned the focus was on her fighting the information I was trying to share with her. It wasn't about me making her do anything. It was about me giving her more enlightenment for her to use going forward. So when she came back, she said, Ma, and by the way, I was back at the same conversation. I never kicked you out.
Keyword.
Keyword. The whole convention with me thinking, she had my sisters and everybody involved, thinking that she needs to come home. This is a safety thing. I'm like, why are y'all talking to me? She's 21. I'm like, she's grown. I'm ready to go. Does she need something? So my daughter was ready to come home, and her aunts were all like, you got to let her come home. I'm like, wait, what is going on? Why am I the last to know? What's happening?
Right.
So she had never
asked. You're the bad guy.
It's okay, but do you understand?
They can always talk to someone else.
What she had, okay, good. She's backstage. I'm going to have her come on in. What she had was a misconception that she kept of me, a paradigm she had listened to me in that she kept instead of coming out with a new conversation to discover a new paradigm for our relationship. She never moved into the future of my mother and I are now able to speak on a different level. And I spend a lot of time, talking to them from adulthood. And I said, I blame myself. I said, it's not really a blame. It's just a missing in the communication I had to acknowledge. Your daughter sees you as mommy. And
yes, step.
Yes. And so I was like, well, let's talk to. I said, let's speak to that. I'm your mother. I am still mommy if that's who you need, if and when that's who you need. But more so, I'm somebody to listen to you. And whatever your problem is, that's my first interest. And whatever your goals and joys are, my first interest. So I had to develop a relationship with a child I gave birth to. And we sometimes,
happens.
And even if you don't, you have to develop relationships where people feel they can talk to you.
It's different levels.
I reminded my sisters I ain't kick her out. And then I reminded her, I never kicked you out. What do you need?
Yeah, it's, you know what? It's different levels. So going back to where we started, right? We have to think about how we're talking to them. We're not talking to them as kids, right? You're talking to them as young adults, and you can't tell people what to do. Even old adults, you can't tell them. They have to have a desire for it.
Yep.
That's it. But
Miss B, you are
no seeds, though.
Thank you. All we could do. That's just like the only
It's
power
plant
we
them.
got. That's the only
That's
power we
it. Plant them,
got.
and one day they may surprise you. They're going to grow fruit.
And you'll see it. I had to learn that with my younger daughter, who seems to believe that everybody knows everything and I don't know anything.
Of course.
I said, but
Course.
I realized that as long as you heard it, that's really what's necessary. My mom taught me that. She said, baby, you
It will
can't
show up when necessary.
exactly.
I was
Look,
walking on campus one day and I said, wow, I can't believe it. She didn't even make me go to church. I was walking to church. Okay, I was in college. And she wasn't making
you,
me go to church, but
you
I was
evolved.
on my
That's
way
right.
to church. And I said, wow. So it's the
Mm.
teaching. So this goes back to
Right.
all types of teaching, even the financial teachings. And I just thought about something.
Yeah.
My dad would have been 100 on July the 7th. And I
Mhm.
thank God for my parents because my mom's birthday will be tomorrow. She would have been 93. But I thank God for their teachings. They were old. That's a long time ago. They were born way back when in the 20s or whatever, right? But their teachings weren't direct, but very, very good teachings. My dad used to have me to go to the city, go to Manhattan to pay the mortgage. When I was
Oh,
11 and 12 years old, I went to pay the mortgage. I went to
Oh.
pay the utility bills and stuff. So these were teachings that I got. They showed me how to manage money, how to do my bills and stuff.
mhm,
But because
mhm.
they weren't wealthy, but my dad believed in saving and stuff, and he always managed to have money. But if
Thank
he
you.
had some gold, boy, would he have been bad. See? He had
I
some
know.
gold,
Oh my goodness. I know.
right?
Look, oh, she was like, oh, you wouldn't be able to know what to do. You wouldn't know what to do with your
That's
money.
right. Had he had that lesson to teach me to me, but he didn't have it. So I'm taking what he gave me and I'm improving upon it right now so that I can pass
Exactly.
it on.
Give you the
Yeah.
foundation to be able to grow and acknowledge new things, even he
Hmm.
may have been aware of. And that's all we can really impart in our kids. I said,
Right.
that's all I learned my job. A lot of my family they think I'm a little heartless, a little unemotional about things. Well, my goal is never to be emotional. It's to be methodical and to be purposely pointed about what I do with my family. See, I
Mm.
remember everybody's got things they want other people to do. Oh, my daughter's gonna do this, that, and the other. Not if she don't want to. You're about to find out.
Right.
That's
Because
the
Yeah.
bottom line.
in the
With
end, you know
anybody,
you can win. It is
with
exactly
anybody. If they don't want to, they will not.
because it's their
Mhm.
life and it's up to them and their choice. This is one of the
Yeah.
Right.
reasons why we
You don't have
created
no
our
control over that.
exactly. What you do
Mhm.
have control over is the not first of all giving and going forward with the knowledge. So my grandparents, and just to let you, this is a point that I like to make. My grandparents were owners of property. They were very well to do for our community. But do you
Hmm.
know what was missing? They never taught
What?
it to my uncles and aunts and my dad and my mom. That
Wow.
education was skipped
Well,
by
there
that
was a lot of
generation.
there was often time because I know like with my friends, like I told you about, my dad was very open, and it wasn't all of his kids that he taught this lesson to. Now it was me. I don't know why. I was the chosen one, right? And or either they wouldn't listen or whatever. But I
Right.
think
He
he
saw
saw
he did it
something
on
in
faith.
me that he wanted to nurture.
Right.
And for the most part, all my friends, when I talk to them, they go, wow, we don't even know how old our parents are. They didn't know their
Wow.
parents' birthdays. They didn't know anything about their income. They didn't know anything. Yeah.
That's
So
And
common.
go
It's
figure.
so
So,
common.
so, so a lot
and
Yeah.
of
it is
times
kind of common.
people,
Yes, it
yeah, a
is.
lot of times people are very secretive about stuff and they don't let the kids know the struggle. They don't let the kids know the good
Oh
times or
my
whatever.
God,
So
Miss.
the kids sometimes grow up with expectations, and when they get to be adults, they're
Why,
disappointed because they have these
Yes.
we have to wait
expectations.
till why we have to wait till people are passed on to find out how they live their life? When
Yeah.
prime example, my father's funeral had at least 100 people there. My mother
Hmm.
and my father, each person passed away. Half our community showed up. Each one of
Yeah.
those. The stories that I heard about people and life experience. I didn't even know my father taught my sister how to drive. Till the funeral. I was like, wait a minute. When was
Mm.
this? So this is what I'm saying. We've got to start as creating relationships that'll allow us to be heard and to know that others, to let others know that they're being heard, that you're listening for them. That's why education around finance gets to be a little wonky in homes. It's difficult to speak to your relatives about money when that is actually a primary conversation that absolutely needs to take place for any change generation.
Because because it's something that everybody needs, like water, food, and air.
Thank you.
Right?
Right.
We all
Yeah.
use it. We all need it. We all go work for it. Some people steal for it or whatever, right? But
Thank you.
and it's a topic that people don't want to talk about.
And that's
They're
that's
always saying, "Oh, I'm good." That's the serious part. I'm good. No, we are not good, and if we don't realize it right now, we never will.
Right.
not only,
Okay.
and that's when we come to owning our current situation, owning the truth of our situation, as opposed to, literally, as opposed to, I'm good, or pushing it off for later. When we get those conversations, you'd be amazed at the people who literally get open to so much. It's like, when I was talking about Miss Cheryl earlier today. Miss Cheryl, I'm not gonna tell all your business, I promise, but I want to share who you are for our group. A lot of us have other businesses in common. Miss Cheryl literally met me through a sister who told her, you need to go see this lady who was on TV. Okay. And she saw me on a recording talking about what we're up to. This is happening in her place and in her time. And she's like, okay, well, her sister is not on the platform. Miss Cheryl was looking. Her sister was a doorway. And because of their relationship, we get Miss Cheryl. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Right.
Exactly. Because of the relationships that were built. Now, Miss Cheryl's sister is kind of just coming in to look at it. But you see what I'm saying? She was the one who saw me. As a matter of fact, her sister knows me. Her sister knows me. She just hasn't, we haven't been caught up in a while. And I never knew Miss Cheryl before. Now, how does that happen? It happens through relationships built. It happens to listening to people and having them know that they're important. We've got to get into a place to stop being fine and be, and you don't have to be the opposite. You don't have to be the
exactly. You don't have to be destitute or whatever, or
right.
Story and
I have gotten that
look, woe it's me.
Yeah, I got a lot of that.
You actually need to do. Yeah, you actually need to do a checkup and see, and that's why I say, are we there yet?
And get that question answered from here. We got to get that question answered.
Your answer, right.
Are we there yet? And where is there? When is the destination planned?
It's wherever your destination is. That's it. You have to have a goal.
Okay. And because I tell people wherever it is, it's okay.
Most of us work for a paycheck to pay the bills. Oh, I'm paying the bills. My credit score is good. Blah 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 blah. But when you look at it, when it's all said and done, did you accomplish what you were after?
Not really.
Guess what? You're getting a new.
Sold all your time.
I just found out we're gonna have a new boomer in the house.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Cheryl sisters decided to join our crypto boomers.
Great. And that's on Tuesdays, 7:00.
That's right. Hop on. You want to learn crypto at the pace you want to take it. Crypto boomers. If you're really ready to rock and you want to find out what this crypto thing is, you better get on Monday. That's pennies to gold. Monday and Friday. Yeah. Now, when you're trying to build a business and make sure that bad boy start to take off and it's not killing you, that's when you see Clint. Because marketing in motion is that brother he takes the thought process and all the hard running work out of marketing. You start getting your message out, connecting with people, and building relationships. One email, one text, one social media connection at a time. Very simple. Stop trying to talk to folks that don't want to talk to you.
Right.
That's Saturday,
don't waste your time. Let them go. Saturday at 12 to 2.
I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that we have an amazing program tonight. There's going to be an awesome program called Wrapped in Crypto, where we're going to be showing. Yes, y'all better come on in and check that out, because these guys are putting together. I'm producing a show by a friend of ours named Hutchins D, and his friend Dwayne. Or is it Dwayne? I've got so many people. Y'all, come on. Anyway, Well, Hutch is
Mr.
one
Jackson,
of our
if you please.
Mr. Jackson, that's right. Mr. Jackson, if please. So Mr. Jackson and Hutch D are gonna be doing their thing on Rapping Crypto tonight. They have an amazing artist who I just got to interview earlier. He is ready to show you all how music can build a community and make everyone an income. Now, how many times have y'all bought money from one of these rappers? Y'all bought records and music from a rapper, and all you did was spend on a record or something.
Me, numerous amount of times.
Who loves music?
Well, you know what, Ruby?
Let's get it.
That's with all things. And that's that poor mentality. I'm so sorry to say it, but we spend it and it's gone. But this is beautiful because you're gonna support and it's going to grow.
There
Love
you go.
it.
What if your support came back to you in the form of residual incomes? If I could just get paid on all the Michael Jackson stuff I bought,
so I'd be rich.
I probably have more than you because I probably have more than you because I started buying it before you, right? So, so I got the old classics.
Talking about the value, y'all, value. But that's right. So we're going to end off here. Like I said, I want to make sure everybody gets that. This is really about how the format in which we want to start educating our community. Before you teach your children to work, teach them how money works, because they go to work for money. But you don't want to teach them to work for money. You want to teach them how to think about money, because wealthy people get paid to think, not to work. Figure out where you want to be on the spectrum, where you want your kids to be, and follow that action. So we do it one before the other, and we start changing things the way it is. If you haven't got a clue and you don't have that knowledge, reach out. We're going to show you how we're doing it now. Because my baby girls are now making money, as well as their hours are making them money on their money. So my daughter knows when she go to work, she put a little something away, and when she puts that something away, it goes to work. Does your something put away go to work?
That's it. So when you go to that job, your money's not working for you while you sleep.
No, it's not.
You know that? Community. If you don't wake up and go again, you ain't making no more money. How
there
about
you
that?
Go. And so I teach. I'm not telling people work is bad. That's never a thing. In order to have something to save, you got to gain. But the fact is that there's a way to do it, and very simple. It's not even hard. It's not rocket science. It's very simple. Once you learn some simple math and some bottom line facts of activities to do, you're done. Right. We're not asking you to read the library, go to read the library of books and all kinds of stuff. We're asking you to take a moment, take a look at a financial structure for yourself that you could use with the pennies in your household and make a change.
Mm-hmm. That's powerful. That's powerful. With pocket change, couch change, yes.
Cars, people find all kinds of. I'll be digging through Al's car. Y'all don't understand. This thing keeps filling up.
Oh.
So look, this has been P2G Networks. We're having a conversation about why it's so important to learn about money before working. And honey, when you have if you keep the end in mind before you get started, you will always get to your goal. But you got to decide where the limit is first, so you can start rising to it. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on the Lunch and Learn. P2G is going to come out and be here with you and for you between the 12 o'clock hour every day. We get on Monday through Friday. So see you tomorrow. We'll have a new conversation for you, and always a resource to get it done.
Where are we going to find Rapping Crypto tonight?
Tonight, Rapping Crypto. As a matter of fact, tonight Rapping Crypto will be on, literally be on the P2G network. You're gonna get you can drop get the link here at if you're on Ruby Thomas. If you're on my page, hop on my page. You can also get it to the P2G networks. You can inbox us at Ruby Thomas on Facebook, because of course we also have Collective Enlightenment on Facebook, which you can also get it off of there. You will be able to keep connected to us through the Facebook stream, through the YouTube stream, which is of course El Ruby Talks. If you'll see it right here, my back on that side. El Ruby Talks is me is where you'll be able to find this stream, and also more information as to how to find us and get in touch with us if you want to be in these conversations. Sweetie, it doesn't cost anything to talk to somebody. That's the first thing. Have a conversation before you start jumping in with your finances, and see how that little conversation can change your life. I know everybody's trying to get something for free, but stop trying when it's already free. Keep coming. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Thank you to my co-host today, Miss Deborah Black, Miss Cheryl Dixon. We heard you, girl. I'm excited. You got your sister coming in. She's making decisions. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Families growing together. Mr. Clint, Saxon, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're going to see you in your class. Y'all make sure you can reach his class. What's going on? How do they reach you, Mr. Saxon, for your class on Saturday? My bad.
Marketing in Motion is starting from 12 to 2 p.m. every Saturday. And you can reach out to Ruby in reference to booking a class. It's definitely worth it. This is something that you definitely need just to simplify your approach to sell your product, service, just get your business out there. This is definitely the direction that you need to take your business in. Thank you, and looking forward to helping you.
All right. Ms. B, tell them about your boomers. Go ahead.
Cool. We're going to be on Crypto Boomers every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. You can register at cryptoboomers.info. And I'm also looking here because Cheryl Dixon's speaking about her sister, and she says the other classes will go in a bit too fast. She prefers to be with the boomers. We will take our time, and we will make sure.
Cheryl, can we hear you now? She just hopped on. That's my girl.
Hi, Cheryl.
It took me forever. I was trying to download it on my MacBook Pro. My other thing, it doesn't work, and my MacBook Pro is so slow. I can't.
Look, this is our sweet friend here, Miss Cheryl Dixon.
Hi, everyone.
New Yorker. That's what's up.
When I go to Brooklyn, I can do whatever I want to do, but when I'm at home, my computers are all jacked up.
I know. Ain't that the crazy thing? We were on later today because of technical difficulties. I'm like,
It happens. It happens.
I just downloaded all of this while you guys were talking. I was like, what is this? It's always a new program.
I know. But I'm so glad that you're on. I'm letting you know we've got some great things. You want to tell anybody about any particulars that you've been on? What are some of your favorite Pennies to Gold stuff?
Basically, I like all of it. I know I have to continue Monday and Friday because it's like it's the same thing over and over again. And every time I think about it, I say, I should have done this. It's like enlightenment. It's constant enlightenment. And that's what I tell people. I have my friend Rahel, who's I'm a real estate agent. She works with me. She signed in Monday, and she wanted to do more. So
I love it.
She was like, I need to do this, I need to do that. I said, no, first you need to just listen. Because the same thing over and over and over again. So you got to let it absorb. And you'll see what you got to do, the steps.
For sure. Don't worry about it. I got you. But honey, let me share something with you. This lady right here, when people go, well, why is she on? She's on because she is the fruit of that tree, of the planting. We put out seeds so that people can pick them up. And that lady right there, she's a fruit that just went and planted.
Yeah, my son's been on it 4 times already.
Oh, I love
it. Good.
And keep coming because you are a true asset to our group. We do Black Girls Do Crypto on everybody. We do Black Girls Do Crypto on every Saturday. That is our support space for sisters having upward conversations about building their finances. Crypto is a conversation, but we talk about all kinds of businesses. And we're right now building together. We want to see assets. We want you to know why, if you open your business, if you're not making money right now, but you're selling and you're moving, why you're not making money. I can tell you exactly why. You only have efforts growing on your particular, money's growing on your efforts, and you are limited by yourself. Then on top of that, your money that you make, you're not saving and it's not growing anywhere else. So get to know how to make that little thing, that little ditty work out. Because we've all figured it out and we worked it out. So we're trying to get more sisters and brothers out here. And then Golden Coin Kings, we meet at 5, they meet at 6. The Golden Coin Kings is the male part, a patriarch to that. So I'm excited.
Yes, I am too.
And Clint right here is one of those leaders. So he'll let you know a little bit more about that because I'm not allowed in the room.
So this is where we focus on some of the pain points that men just go through on an everyday basis, whether it's just providing better in your financial status and even your mental outlook on financial and your relationship. So we really tackle it all in the group and support each other and hold each other accountable. And that's one of the most valuable parts to me that I have taken away from being a part of this group, the accountability factor.
That's what's up. And brothers, if you want to start connecting with some strong brothers that are making moves and strides in the right places, it's time to connect. goldencoinkings.com. And ladies, if you want to hop on and find out what we're saying in Black Girls Do Crypto that's making this big difference, hop on. There's no secrets to what we do. We constantly building finances together and adding more people to the project every week. Go ahead. Miss Cheryl, is that one of the kids?
Oh, Lord. That was something that just my son almost dropped something. He's not feeling well. He has a stomach ache.
Tell him be careful. Look, don't be tripping out on mom now.
They need to stop buying all that, ordering all that food. You can get food poisoning. There's so many people. You don't know if they're cleaning up. They even have time to clean up their places or whatnot. You do have to cook at home, and the food that's out there is delicious, but you still have to pace yourself.
Yes, yes, you do.
Okay, look, this is the last thing I'm going to say and go. I've been walking through Harlem, and they have the new sidewalk cafes everybody's doing.
Right.
And my waiter has to wear a mask to wait on me
on the sidewalk.
We can wait to eat out. There is no level of we're gonna chill out here in public and get together. Child, I can get on a Zoom with you. Let's walk down the open street. You know what I'm saying? Where the air flowing. If brother gotta go from inside to over to me and he gotta wear a mask to do it with my food, sorry, I'm good.
And the wind is blowing and the dirt on the sidewalk is blowing and people are bringing their dogs and they're sitting down because it's an outdoor cafe. It's
so you've been to Harlem lately?
I got issues.
And this is worldwide. So I want people to be really conscious of how they are out here with all of this, okay? We just have to be smart in all things and be wise in the things that you do. It's not even about being smart. It's about being wise. And you need to judgment. So I will see you guys soon. We'll get you on for Lunch and Learn tomorrow. We are Lunch and Learn Monday through Friday. And we have a new subject for you every day. We're going to touch on some common sense for a change.
Yes. Yes. I'm loving that one.
Have a good one. Love you all. Take care.
Bye-bye.
And hair.